sequencing emotion in a delicate formation. Numerology's wisdom is a language of vibration. Welcome to the Numerology Hour. Host Kelly Brickle is a numerologist, psychic medium, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether it's working with spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, precision and heart always enters the equation. Now, here is your host of the Numerology Hour, Kelly Brickle.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Where there's a will, there's a way. We got here. So yes, we have an interesting Friday lineup. We had a debut show earlier, Kaleidoscope of the Soul. We had Jennifer Rose's show, Embracing Infinity. Kaleidoscope of the Soul is Lynn Juno's show. And then we have the Numerology Hour, surprise, surprise, that I'm putting into the mix tonight. And then with Spiritually Imperfect with Jennifer Lee and Michael Christopher, they're taking a night off. So we're mixing it up. And come on in. We are talking about everything numerology. So repeating numbers, birth dates, readings, and just signs as an energy. That is what we're diving into. We haven't done the Numerology Hour in a little bit, so I'm going to get it going again. So thank you for joining me here tonight. Hello, Jennifer. It's always nice to see you. Hello, hello. Thank you. So come on in and say hi. We'll be talking for a moment, opening the energy, and in just a couple of minutes, we'll be doing some numerology readings. So in order to do numerology readings, you have to write out your month and your day. We have a lot of people from all over the world here, which we are blessed to have. So make sure you have your month written out like May. So instead of the number 5, do MAY, because then I know that your month and your day are not switched or flipped how the date is written out in different parts of the world. So we will do it like that. If you put in your birth date in the comments, you'll probably be one of the first people getting a reading, that's for sure. I always tell people, because towards the end of the show, that's when everyone starts flooding in, and then, wow, we gotta go. So if you want a reading, put it in. When I pick your name for a reading, that is how I will go to you, and I will let you know, hey, like, do you want a general, or would you like a specific question read? But you saying, hey, I want a reading, lets me know that you've consented to the reading. And I'll just double check to make sure you're here and actually live, because I want you here and live with me if I'm choosing you for a reading. That is just the preferred way. And so we are going like that. So I want to say hi to everyone coming on in. Hello, Leanne. Hello, Evelyn. Hello, hello. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Maria. Hello, thank you. It's always great to see faces of just wonderful people here. So thank you, thank you. All right. Well, if anyone has a numerology question, pop it in and I will float between. Oh, good. Hey, did it work? Evelyn's giving me some feedback from the psychic hour. Yeah, did it help? Did it help do what it needs to do? We were talking about we were doing an energetic scan, and there was a mention of like, hey, try this. And here's like, I bought a pound of ginger, and I'm sure it's already been working the magic. It does multiple things, whether clearing us out or helping with pain, or just making things run more efficient Even energy. I love ginger. I almost thought about putting some ginger into my water before I came in here, so maybe I was thinking about you. Oh yeah, it works. Let me tell you. I love it. Hula hoop. So good you can hula hoop now. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, everybody, we're going to open up the space for some readings. Pop down your birth dates. I already see a couple birth dates right now, so I'm going to take a couple and jump on if you want a reading too. All right. Hello, Arlene. It's nice to see you. All right, so I'm going to start from the top. So Jennifer, I'm going to go with you first. Jennifer McCormick, thank you for coming on in. We always love Jennifer. All right. Haven't done numerology for you in a bit. Do you have a question, Jennifer? A specific question? And then, yeah, everybody, you can do the month and day. You do not have to post the year. That is up to you. The year gives an additional calculation, so it's helpful, sure, but it's not needed. A lot can be get. Bear with me. Like I said, I'm a little tired, so I'm like tripping over my words here. A lot can be felt and received and known just from the month and the day. So, everybody, you have options. Okay, thank you. All right, I'm just scrolling down for Jennifer. Absolutely, Jennifer. Okay, so a general, please. Okay, all right. So, all right. Let me just kind of like tune in and get synced up. Okay. Okay. So, it's nice. This is a nice reminder, like coming on in. Oh, thank you too. That helps. That helps. This is a nice reminder coming on in. So, you have a personal day of 9, Jennifer, and 9 is this number that makes other people feel like you have something important to say. Now, you have to be rooted within your spirit or within your body to a certain degree to get consistent results with how people sometimes act around you. But a lot of times, on first impression, somebody is really open to hearing what you have to say because they feel like there's this like spiritual aura around you. 9 is it's an old soul number, so it subconsciously makes people they don't know why. This is what personal numbers do. They don't know why, but they want to respect you and hear you out. So you can always use that to your advantage with people that you don't know. And it's great to actually cultivate more of your persona too, that you are thoughtful, that you're a conscientious person and you're here to help. So you might have that in your soul, but to radiate that out further, you're saying, I accept that this is my external identity as well, not just my internal. And because I walk this way in the world, and now I know I can impress people like this, like make them feel, I accept this responsibility on another level. And this allows you to be an advocate, a helper, even further, and also a leader if you choose to be. But it does ultimately help you get things done because people know a little bit more. Hey, I better I better pay attention. Okay. So I encourage you with that. It can be a pocket of luck for you if established correctly. Since you already have that within your 27th number where you were born on. The great thing is with 4, so you have a double 4. Um, if you are diligent, good things come. So 2s, 4s, and 8s, and you're a 4, you're an attitude 4, and you are a life path 4, Jennifer. And you're like, yeah, it's been a while for sure. They need consistent sleep, food, healthy food, sunlight, walking. It's all about how you take care of your body. Okay. The 4s can get away with it a little bit more, but the 4 needs to be moving their mental and especially their physical body with achieving practical goals. It kind of like kicks up the rest of their system to balance. So it's like whether it's household chores, sure, or certain personalized goals. If you go checklist, checklist, plan, checklist, checklist, it's almost like your whole body comes alive and it makes you feel content in a way where you dreams are great, but for your number, they have to be acted out on. So as long as you're getting the next step, your body actually recharges. It's actually quite healthy. There's a huge correlation to practicality and actually physically manifesting and doing that links back to your physical health. You're saying, and then, okay, you're talking about the nines. Okay. So well, this is correlated to your birth date, the 27th. And it's a reminder of stepping into the nine energy. And a 999 is a nine vibration. Even when you add them all up, it's an 18. 999 is an 18, which is a nine vibration. Um, and so it's reminding you, yeah, that our life is truly not just about us. It's not just ours. So you're very selfless naturally, but to continue to be good to yourself so you can continue to ultimately spill over with your abundance. It comes full circle if you're good to yourself and you're able to accomplish even more, just the simple things. You'll feel like, how can I put this? It's important that we give back to ourselves because even though we're getting things done, we might feel disgruntled, we might feel angry, we might feel exasperated, we might feel even sometimes a little hopeless. But yes, maybe we're still getting things done, but that's not the way to live. So if we give ourselves a little extra credit and we go to sleep a little earlier, we do some soul development, we call a friend, or we start establishing some kind of social healing or give back to us where we're not number, how can I put it? We are not the only person in our sphere. It's not a community of one. That's what I'm saying. It will help heal. We can't do it all by ourselves. Okay. So we can be a leader, but we can't do it all by ourselves. And so it's about restoring and being able to be actually feeling that we're having a quality life through our emotions, through how our body feels. And those are all going to significantly change our experience and they're little tweaks away. So it's just a reminder. It's just a reminder. Um, you might be getting it all done, but uh, to restore, to restore your energy as you're doing it, and it'll completely shift your mood, your your focus, and your balance. And I feel like that needs to be a little bit clicked into place a little bit more, and everything will come tremendously more easier. I'm not saying it will be easy, but it's tremendously easier. So that's what I'm seeing. It's the nine and the four acknowledgement, the nine of having confidence in yourself in order to have confidence in yourself and to do all the things that you are already doing to restore and take care of yourself, and it will strengthen both things. And so I hope that makes sense that you are asking about just in your general energy. So, okay. All right. I'm going to go to, let's see here. I'm gonna go to Leanne. She's one of the first people in here. Leanne, you give me two birth dates. Are they two people? And you're saying, yes, I understand. Thank you. It's been busy lately. Looking forward to the summer and spending quality time with my boys. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for understanding. Hello, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Tina. Hi, Kendra. It's good to see everybody. Hi, Kim. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Michelle. Kim, Nicole, hello. Rhonda, hello. Hello, Betty. Okay. So I'm just seeing, is Leanne still here? Just let me know. Okay, cool. Leanne, okay. Okay, so which one did you want to focus on, Leanne? Because you gave me two birth dates. And then do you have a question with that? Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. Leanne, yep, you let me know. And then Evelyn is asking, I only have one question. How can we use numerology for daily decisions? Don't necessarily need a reading. Okay. Michelle, I'm doing general and also one question readings if somebody has a question when I go to them. Yeah. Or you can type it out and that's letting me know it could possibly go to you too. Evelyn, so what you can do within your numerology is you can learn about your numbers because numbers are an archetype of, I can't speak today, are an archetype of vibration. So, people want to learn about their charts in numerology and in astrology. They're like, I'm an Aries, I'm a Gemini, I'm a Venus in Cancer, I'm a, Mars in Sagittarius, and they know things about themselves. Okay. It's not just, well, I guess I'm this. That's information for you about yourself with how you act, where you act. Venus means something, Mars means something, just like the number one, two, three means something. So these are archetypes about the energy that we are born into and also the energy that we are becoming. Numerology gets into birth dates and names. It's about the energy that we carry within the world. When I say, hi, I'm Kelly Brickle, it, I Kelly Brickle is made up of numbers, which is made up of energy. And so anytime I'm saying, hi, I'm actually telling you about my energy. It's a language. It's a language of energy. And there's different dialects within the language of energy, but numerology, just like astrology, is one of them. So, what you can do with numerology is at the bare basic minimum, and this is quite easy to do, is you learn about your life path number. That means you add up your birth date, when you were born. So, the month, the day, and the year, that's going to reduce to a single digit and you're going to know the archetype for the lessons you are learning and who you are evolving into being, and also your interests and the way you'll kind of walk throughout your life. Um, when you look at your month and day, that's your attitude number. At least I'm talking about Pythagorean numerology, but numerology is pretty similar in most different types. Not all the same, but your month plus your day, and that's going to let you know about how you think, what your perspective is on life, energy that you don't have to actually try to be, you just naturally are. Whether that works for you or not, it's the way you kind of naturally are. It's very much like your rising sign, just like your life path is very much like your sun sign. Okay. There's a lot of crossovers. There's a lot of crossovers. But when you know one of these calculations, when you know multiple calculations, you can start to look at your life and go, I understand myself. And even more, I understand people. You'll find people with similar numbers with you or different numbers. You'll figure out how people communicate, if you're compatible with them, if you have similar interests. You'll figure out how people do relationships, friendships, how attached they want to get, how friendly they are, how extroverted or introverted they are. A lot of it can be found in the numbers. Now, we do mini readings here. So I'm looking at a small part, just a very small part of your chart, but it lets me know a little bit of enough. Okay? So on the show, we really don't go into names a lot. It would have to be a special episode because it takes kind of extra time to dive into adding up certain names. But we are looking at birth dates, and the way you could use daily numerology is by finding your month plus your day, and you would add it up to a number. So like mine is 813. So my attitude number is a 3. And I would know that any date that adds up to a similar number to my attitude number, my month plus my day, I would look at every date in the calendar. I would know that I would be in energetic flow on those days. So I would probably want to schedule something important on those days because it would feel more natural to be myself on those days. I'd be luckier on those days. That's one way you can use numerology that's actually super, super helpful. Okay. You start to add up certain days, like today's 5 March, excuse me, March 30th, 2025. Today is an 838 vibrational day. How does that look with the numbers that are in my chart? Do I have energetic flow today? Is it more of a difficult day? What does that so you can do so much, but first you have to learn about the numbers you have and what they mean. That's where you start. Okay. I hope that answered uh Evelyn a little bit more of why numerology is so rocking. You're like, right, I understand my numbers somewhat. Aha. I'm still suggesting you teach us a class. Oh yeah. I do teach. I do teach. Um, I've taught a couple classes in person this year. Um, yeah, but I have to teach some online ones again. I used to teach more online over the last couple years, but with the network and everything, I am just making space slowly. So thank you for being patient. But yes, Evelyn, it is in order. Okay. So, Leanne, you're saying yes, April 24th. So you want that date, please, anything. It doesn't, you just have to give me the date you're going to choose and you got to tell me who the person is. You just got to say, I'm connected to this date. You have to let me know that. And that's how I'm going to do it. And if not, I'll just tell you, I'll just say, this person is going to have this personality and this person is going to have this personality. If you don't give me a name, there's that too. I can do that too. So, Leanne, you asked. So, Leanne, I'm just going to go into a general and then you just like kind of fill in the blank in the comments. So, for instance, the person who is no, and you got to tell me if that is just so I am sure, is that July 10th? Is that July 10th? That the birthday you gave me because you didn't write it out. But one of the numbers is going to be the same regardless, so I'll start there. The one that seems like it's July 10th or October 7th, this person is going to be definitely very particular, a little bit of a perfectionist, wants to do things their own way. Okay, so you have to give this person space. They prefer to do things independently and they would get overwhelmed if you try to enforce your will on them. Okay. And I can give you another number with that since you haven't got me the birth date, but and also too as well, they're meant to be different. Like they're meant to not follow a traditional life, whether they, uh, have been single a little bit longer and needed to have the independence, or whether throughout the relationships it didn't follow the typical cadence, if you can understand that. And so you can understand that. Okay. And then you're saying your mom is April 24th. Got it. Okay. So ultimately, because you just told me to go straight general and you just gave me some random dates. The one that's like the July one, I'm assuming it's July. You gotta let me if it's July. You have to let me know if it's July or or October. You do. But the one with the 1982 date, yeah, it's important that throughout this person's life, that they are encouraged, but they're given space, and that the person who has this is meant to be a slow kind of bloomer, a late bloomer, and they should be put into roles where they are allowed to have authority, um, because they will step up. They do not like to be told what to do. Okay, they don't. They'd rather learn and become the best at what they're doing, or to be given the space to succeed and climb, and they would surprise you. So that's the kind of the biggest thing I see when I look at this person's numbers, and that's what would be helpful in career, and that would be helpful in for this how this person would be appreciated with family and friends. You said your mom is April 24th, so April 24th. This is a person who's quiet and more observational. This is a lady who is very cerebral, very intelligent, and has this quiet inner faith, if you can understand this. So she's not swayed easily. She kind of overlooks everything, and she's steady in her decision making. People naturally feel warmth with her, and so she has situations where people come up to her and kind of share more than intended, because she really has a maternal vibe, even though she doesn't always think that she does, with how people naturally feel drawn to her, because her instinct is to be kind, but she's a little bit, she'll step back. She'll step back rather than give you everything in return, like the other people want to do. Can you understand this, Leanne? You said you can understand this. Thank you. Absolutely. So if I have to, that's part of the reason. If you don't tell me who it is, and if you just give me a random date, I'll tell you about the person. But you're gonna have to give me a little bit like, hey, this is my mom and I want to know this, or general on this, or but hopefully that's helpful. So numerology can peek in, and then it just opens up kind of with the intention of what you're looking at. Okay. If you want to know if you're a mom, since you did tell me who it was about for the 24th, um, your mom is in a year where like her spirituality and her sense of being is coming up. So it's a lot of soul searching. It's a lot of kind of, what do I want to do with my time? And so there actually might be discussions with things that were not necessarily on the table before, because she's becoming more open minded. So it's looking at the bigger picture and making some very soul gratifying decisions. And because of that, not being as practical, but being more soul led. And so your mom would be experiencing this more. And hopefully you can understand that too, Leanne, and to encourage that within her, because there's a coming of home understanding within some of the things she's going to be allowing herself to do and her family to do during this year. So inner peace, she just has to say, okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. I'm not going to overthink it. Life's too short. Okay. So I'm going to go to, oh, Michelle, thank you. Yeah, it's something that I do have to do. I agree with you. Okay. Hey, Jennifer Rose. Hello, 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 hello. Hey. I'm going to go to, oh, Kendra, your son's birthday is 8/13. That's really cool. Kendra, did you ask for a reading before up top? I think I saw your name. Okay, cool. Well, your son's in good company because we share the same birth date. Okay. Um, so you gave me your attitude 1, and you are personal day 6, Kendra, and you are, I believe, you are life path 6-2 as well. Let me just double check. Yeah, because you gave me a 15. Yeah, that's right. Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay, so Kendra, if you have a question, you let me know, but I'm just going to go into it since you let me know your date and it was you. Um, like you're somebody who's very independently minded to the point where you're stubborn because you're just like, this is what I believe, this is what I'm going to do. And that works for you. Like you're very connected when you know something or when you want something, and you can't be discouraged. So I always tell these people, like, and you have an attitude 1. If you are ever in a position when you start doubting yourself and your instincts, that usually lets me know that something has happened in your life to really shake your health or your mental focus, because your natural nature is to be like, I'm going to tell you clearly yes or no. And the only way I tell you maybe is if like I love you or I like you, and I'm letting you know that I will make a decision, but I'm letting you in, not just yet, right? I'm letting you know the information, just not yet. But one's no, their preferences are strong. You're very maternal because you have that just double 6. Family and raising your family and being good to your friends. It's your life. Like you love to serve and help others. It's very important for your personality. It's what lights you up. You go above and beyond for people, and you're able to do that when other people aren't. You're able to help people within a jam. You're able to show up when other people aren't. You said you can understand this. Thank you. And like with your son, I don't know his year, and that's okay. But you mentioned your son is 8-3. So, like knowing you and your son's chart, because we can put charts together, your son sometimes feels that you're a little bit domineering, if you can understand that. Like you're a little bit micromanagey at times, but it's only because you care. So you're one of those moms that like extra checks what's going on. Like you actually, um, give them space. You do. So it's like, I want to define it so it's clear. So like you're someone who values their independence. So you give him space, but at the same time, you're very paying attention. You're like, all the ducks are in a row. You're like, beam, 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 boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's taken care of. Now I can relax. And when you relax and you know it's safe and you know things are good, then you're like, okay, all right, I'm going to go do me now. Okay. And he's like, but at the same time, when you're in the process of making sure all your ducks in a row, you're like, he's like, "Mom, like, okay, just let me do my thing. Just let me do my thing." And both of you have very, again, strong opinions. Both of you, you actually come from life from different angles, but you have like the common goal of just wanting to help and be positive. So I feel like your son's actually very positive, and a lot of times he wants to share something with you, whether it's advice from an angle to help, and you'll be like, "I got it," and he's just like, "Just listen to me, just listen to me." And so sometimes you guys can go back and forth and back and forth, and that will even out as he ages. Both of you are very overzealous to help, and but the way you do it is different. So that's why sometimes you can get your wires crossed. That's the only reason why. And Kendra says, "I'm very observant, and I can definitely see that with him, and he does react that way." Yes. So I think, yeah, like to, hey, and he's very positive. Yes, yes. Um, just to with around him, you can just say, hey, this is the way that I'm helping right now. Let me know if you want, with the way that it makes you feel, because I want you to feel good, because you want me to feel good. But I'm your mom, so I am going to tell you some things, but I'm happy to hear the things you want me to know when uh, clearly I am making you uncomfortable right now or frustrated. So I think like the only thing is a way you can help him feel more understood is just be like, I see that you don't like this right now. Can you let me know about how you feel? So he's a Leo too. He has a placement where he really comes from the heart, and he wants to know that what's happening has justice, not just mental justice, but emotional justice. And if you check in with him, that honors him, and he will settle down. Thank you. Thank you for understanding. So that is something that I would think would definitely help to quell some of the crossed wires. And then as your son's your son, so he's still growing, but as he matures, he will understand that you're just very direct in what you know and who you are, and he'll learn that. He'll learn that about your personality. So I'm just giving from both sides. So thank you, Kendra. I hope that definitely was insightful, and I'm glad that it did help. All right, I'm gonna go to, yeah, why not? I'm going to Julia. Julia's here. Julia, yeah, you can request a message. Did you want a general then? You can ask for a general or specific. Thank you, Kendra. I'm gonna start with a general, and you let me know if there's anything along the way. Okay, Julia? Okay, general is great. Thank you. So you are a 7-7, 6. I believe that's right. Yes, that is right. Yep, that's right. So you're a 7-7-6. So you're a personal day 7, an attitude 7, and a life path 6. And so you have this kind of interesting set of numbers where you're very generous with your friends and your family, but you're very much standoffish at the same time. Okay. And it's only because you're very, very observant and careful of who you allow in and who you have close to you. So you are a personality, especially when you're getting to know somebody, that is not one to share or overshare. You'll more likely let the person talk and let the person first kind of show you what they're all about, and then you'll go like, okay, okay, I'm vibing, I'm picking up what they're putting down. But I do say this. So you were born on a 7 day, you were born on the 16th, which is a 7 day. And sometimes people don't always approach you as often as you'd like. And it's because 7 is a number of quiet contemplation. It's the number of, like I just said, observance. It has to sit back in order to do its thing. It's a very intellectual number. So, in order to kind of break this, know that sometimes it's okay to approach a person first. It doesn't mean you have to lead the conversation and strain yourself. It's just a matter of, you can, if you feel energetically connected to a person, like you like their energy or you get a good vibe from them, just approach them and ask them a simple question, and then away you go. Again, you do not have to ride that conversation and be responsible for every point of it, but acknowledge that your intuition is really good. Uh, Sevens, double sevens, like you have, they're natural detectives, and they really are great with their hunches. So, what I want to say to you for like kind of the general advice is, put your step forward out there and approach people more, because you don't want to wait for situations to come to you. You want to make them happen. You can still allow that, sure, but with the good people and the good things around you, don't wait. So that's what I give to you. And then, yeah, this year is a very soul gratifying year with understanding why you've made the decisions that you have made and actually being responsible for the ones that you will continue to make. So this is a very life defining year for yourself. You don't have to have all the pieces to manifest like right away. It's just you need to get your head straight with what you want to do with your purpose, or what kind of morals or beliefs, or oh, what's the other word? Morals, beliefs, and there's another word, but things like that. It's like your soul's character. It's really time to define the next part of your character, because that's what's going to shape your life rather than the strategic. What are we going to do to fulfill the bank for the bank's sake? Um, it all goes together. It's much deeper than just the typical, this is how my life looks on paper. So I want to give that to you. It's time to really put a firecracker to this is how my life looks on paper, and to philosophically and soulfully go deeper this year. I feel like there would be a call for that naturally, but it will intensify this year into next, absolutely. So this is a cycle of 2 years for you, definitely. And there's going to be a transformation in the mix from that 2 into 3 years that you can avoid, but it will be a much more fulfilling process, because you've already been lit up to think kind of like, I need to, be more conscientious with what I'm creating, and heartfelt. All right. So, Julia, can you understand that? Let me know if you can. I'm going to go to I think, Vanessa. Hey, Brolic. Thank you. Thank you so much. All's well. Just got to get some sleep. Then it'll be great. And you said, yes, a lot to take in. Thank you very much. Absolutely. I'm glad. I'm glad it made sense. Thank you. I'm going to go to, where was I? Go to Vanessa for a moment. Vanessa, if you're still here, and then I'll go to Psycho Chick and Yoga. Vanessa, are you with us? And are you looking for a general, or do you have a question? I'm gonna wait for a second, and then if not, I'm gonna go to Psycho Chick and Yoga. Okay, I'm gonna go to Psycho Chick and Yoga, and so let me check. If I call on you, I'm always gonna ask you, even if you like put a hello a second ago. I'm always gonna ask you. Psycho Chick and Yoga, are you here? Are you here? Janelle, thank you, Janelle. Okay, Psycho Chick and Yoga is here. Okay, all right. All right. So let's look at the numbers. Okay, your sun is a 154. Is that correct? That is correct. And you are a 9 to 8. Okay. Well, there's a lot to dive into with these dynamics. I'm only getting a fraction with your birthday. I'd look at more of your chart normally to really dive into something like this, but Thank you for asking. And we can get some things. So, yeah, this is a situation now where it's kind of the opposite of the last one I talked about. Your son is very headstrong. Your son is very headstrong. And let me just see how old he is too. That will give me some perspective. So he's 19, right? That's right. So he's 19 going, yeah, he's 19. I guess he just turned 19. I think that's right. Okay. So just doing some math on it. Okay. So it helps me to know how young they are because it just clarifies the story a little bit more. Exactly. So your son is very headstrong and he attracts like inconsistent people or people from a lot of different backgrounds. So the people that your son surrounds yourself with aren't exactly the most affirming at times and the most grounded at times. So that's something that he'll actually attract for a lot of his life until he grounds himself and matures. It's because he has a personal day 5, and a personal day 5 attracts a full spectrum of people and situations. 5 is the number of unpredictability, chaos. It doesn't mean someone's life will be like that. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means that they have a knack for attracting those situations. And when you're young, you kind of have a hodgepodge crew around you or some unpredictable people around you. Kind of goes are for the same when you're young. You usually mature out of it a little bit. Okay. If you can understand that, you can understand that. Okay, thank you. So on one hand, it's interesting because your son is a life path 4. And so as he matures, his personality will actually get more responsible. It might take time, though. Okay. The 4 is one of the most responsible numbers in all of numerology, but usually if it has some other numbers like a 5 or even a 1 in the mix, it likes to rebel before it surrenders and agrees to go, oh, I'm this way, not because society or my mom or dad tells me to be this way or this is the right way. It's because it is the good way for me. So he has to discover what the good way for him is. And then he will calm down. Okay. But once your son puts his mind to something, he can be actually a very, very hard worker. It's just you have to make sure he has a passion and a purpose. It doesn't mean he has to know exactly what he wants to be for the next 30 years, but there has to be trial and error in learning. He also has a very sharp mind, so he would want to learn. Um, so if there's ways, it's almost like gifting him experiences, whether it's for his birthday or a holiday or Christmas, gifting him experiences that he thinks would be fun because it's going to engage his mind and it's going to put him in environments where people older than him are going to influence his decision making for the better because he's so stubborn he has to figure it out. He has to connect the dots. So in order for him to connect the dots, he needs more dots to connect because right now his dots are not vast enough, if this makes sense, for him to go, I have more options and I can be like this. I don't have to be like that. I can be something different. I can be something better. I can be something that I never thought about because I just met this person and they're really, really cool. And it cool does not have to look like A, B, and C. It can look like the person I just met. I've never seen that model before, right? That energy, that role model or that person or that option. I've never seen that option before. So whether it's free, there's a lot of free things. Oh my God, I know he's 19 and he can kind of get around and out and about, but at 19, you're still finding your feet in the world and you can't pay for everything. So if you can, please, I would say gift him experiences that he would be into and that would it would be stimulating. So if he's into art, art classes, galleries, going to the museum, or tickets to one of his favorite shows. But there's an element to it where you go, yeah, that one of these people he's into seems really, really cool. Okay. Something that you know is encouraging or stimulating. If he's into sports, take him to like a concert, like with BMXs, or I'm telling you, he needs to get out into the world and know that there are more options in how to be, not just like it's on TV, I read about it, and that's not real life. It's what's right in front of me. You have to take him out of his current environment, shake his head up a little bit, and his brain and his responses will change, actually. I think this is very important because you have someone who's very intelligent here and is very quick with what they will do. And so, in order to make somebody who's a little bit impulsive go, "Ooh, what?" You change up the variables and they're like, oh, this and this and this and this. Wait a second. Okay. So there's something really important about that. I want to give that to you. Now, you're someone who goes above and beyond. You want to heal. You want to make things better. You'll overextend yourself. You're very sensitive. You have a sensitivity and a sweetness or a softness to you with the way that you handle things, if you can understand. Um, but you mean business. So you'll surprise people when you want something. Okay. And I feel like your son has actually learned from you within this too. He will surprise people when he wants something. So if he doesn't want something now, I'm telling you, give him options with the things that you have as a family. Give him options. Um, his brain needs something different, and that's the number one thing that I'll say to you. It's like you're not going to be able to convince him. He's an energy that can't be convinced. He has to experience it for himself, and you can give him the golden key to that. And if you put him in better environments, and that could be weekly trips, monthly trips, it's something cool that he's not going to want to say no to. Whatever you can do, even if it's every 3 months, just right, just through the experience of being around better things and more inspiring things to open his mind, his decisions will follow in suit. And if he finds it hard to, he will express to you within his soul, I would rather do this now that I know I'm having maybe a hard time doing it though. And that's where you want to be. I'd rather do this, even if I'm having an easy or hard time doing it. And then that's where the magic can happen for you to guide him. But before that happens, he will resist. Very, very, very stubborn personality. But once he figures out what he wants, unstoppable personality. That's the cool thing about it. That's the cool thing about it. So, life does not have to be boring. Life does not have to be um, cookie cutter. You can be unstoppable in the things that you think and dream. Give him some examples of that. And that's what I'm going to continue to say. I hope that gives you some perspective, psycho chick. That's just what I'm seeing within some of the charts coming on up. You're very driven and certain, and his chart naturally makes him able to be that way too. But he has to mature into, and all the things that I said will help build the foundation for then that personality to really come alive. Okay, absolutely. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to go to, hello, Michelle. It's nice to see you. I'm going to go to Janelle. Janelle, you're asking for a reading? Okay, cool. What did you want a general about your son? Did you want to know about the dynamic with you and your son? You wanted a general with your son. Okay, got it. Okay, so your son's quite young. Got it. So, okay. So, with the birth date that I'm seeing connected to your son, this is somebody who's very sensitive with how they are around other people. So, as your son matures and starts to be able to say, hey, this is my personality, this is what I want and don't want. And I feel like that's coming out now because he's close to being a teenager. Um, he's gonna let you know, like, sometimes I get overwhelmed, mom, or sometimes I can feel people's emotions and it makes me anxious. And sometimes I can feel how other people are and it makes me not want to trust them. Um, he has an attitude too, so this is somebody who can't help but pick up on situations or emotions of other people. When you have two within the chart, it means that your energy is yours and it will link to somewhere else. Um, and people who have a lot of twos in their charts or twos in prominent placements, like your son does, it's very important that they learn about their emotions and their body, and they have some type of form of meditation or some outlet where they can process how to work with energy. It could be karate, it could be yoga, right? It could be swimming, it could be, but they have to have some relationship with understanding this is me when I move my body, or this is me when I feel my emotions, and I have something that is either calm for my mind to process this, or also or something meditative where I'm moving my body where I can be in like my thoughts and memories or feelings, even at a young age, to go, okay, I'm more aware of my stuff. It's so important where they're not distracted or they're not pushed into environments where it's just like, shut up, you got to do this now. Be quiet, we're doing this now, because they actually, you can understand this, thank you. They actually would listen because they are sensitive and they just go, okay. They just go, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do right now. Okay. So they'll actually stuff down their instincts, which they can't ignore because they're so strong, and they'll feel very mixed up on the inside. And they will grow up in a way where they are saying, I'm not supposed to be like this. And they will be more anxious and more confused and what's that word? They will oscillate a lot with how they think and feel. And there's another word for that I'm trying to get. But they'll feel very not confident in themselves. Okay. So it's important for him to feel confident in himself. He has to actually master articulating how he feels, whether it's within, wow, my arm hurts right now. I don't know why. Or wow, there's pressure on my back right now. Where did that come from? I don't feel good, mommy. Where did uh, have him talk about his feelings, and you're gonna say, "Hey, buddy, like that might not be yours. Were you feeling that before we went to visit, grandpa and grandma, or aunt and uncle, or cousins? Were you feeling that before we came? No. Okay, well that's not yours. We got to learn about that. But you got to know that's not yours. And so there has to be more discussions about that. And he'll teach you too, because he's a natural sponge and he's a natural little psychic and he's a natural little intuitive. He doesn't have to be a psychic. He doesn't have to be intuitive. He's young, like, no, but he has those abilities very naturally. So honor that that's his superpower, not like, hey, you're just going to have to be a man now. You're just going to have to suck it up. No, ask him how he feels. Once he tells you, go, thank you for telling me you feel scared. Thank you for telling me you feel angry. Okay, we're going to learn about that and we're going to continue to understand why and we're going to work with that. And then we're going to continue, but we're going to continue to do what we're going to do. So thank you for telling mom and we're going to work with that, but we're going to still continue what we're going to have to do. Okay, now we have thank you for telling mom the missing piece of the puzzle, and then actually do something with that. You're saying it's hard to get him to talk about his feelings, but he's super intuitive. Oh my god, super. Yes. Tell him how amazing they are. Tell him, like, my goodness, like, you're incredible. Like, I love hearing what you have to say. Or like, you help mommy, you help dad, like you help, like when you say something, it helps me think about things. Like, so teach him that it helps. Not that he has to solve people's problems. Absolutely no, but it's like sharing. It's like sharing the wealth, and then everyone gets wealthier because you're sharing the good stuff. This is good stuff. So praise him, and let him know how special he is. And talk about your feelings and your intuition too. Make it just more of a normal thing. Okay. So what else do I want to say? But yeah, this is your son. People will naturally actually gravitate to your son. He was born on a 3 day. So people naturally feel on first impression and when getting to know him that your son is like, fun and sweet and kind. Um, and then 4 2, I'm just doing some math. 4 2 6. And then yeah, another thing that's important is this is something also that comes up. Yeah. Uh, oh my God, my brain is going left, right. So I just have to. Okay. Your son actually is very opinionated too. So give your son chances in order to help others that are his own age, or to practice his skills where it builds his confidence. So then it's not just a, well, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, you don't. Well, let's go do something related to that. So like, let's go to meditation class, or let's go to um, like, you know, I'm trying to think of what they have for kids, but something revolving around spirituality or meditation. There's even yoga for kids. Yeah. The lady who's in here with the yoga name is making me think about yoga a lot. Um, but or something with healing or kindness, because then it's forced to come out, because this is a part of who he naturally is. So we don't want to like force him to do it. We just want to put in environments where it overflows and it's a positive thing. So he's like, wow, like me, like, or even around animals, you have to be super sensitive and intuitive to be around animals, horses, or a shelter helping others, right? Or a soup kitchen. You have to be so compassionate and sensitive, helping people who are less fortunate, situations like that. And I feel like he has the energy to excel. And a lot of people would praise him, like, wow, there's not a lot of the young kids here, or you're so kind, you're so thoughtful. And does have this natural stubbornness where he wants to be the authority. Okay. And this will actually help him to do that. And people will recognize him for how special he is. And he'll actually be doing things. Like I said, he'll actually be doing things, not just talking about it, as he's being this way. And it'll give him confidence and it'll give him growth. And he has numbers where he's actually supposed to be a leader. Okay. So, like people who have 8s and 9s in their charts, even children, they're supposed to be in roles where they are helping to guide others. And whether you're a 9 or an 8, that will be expressed differently. But a lot of times, like children or people growing, like don't know how to enact these parts of themselves because um, they have these tendencies, but they don't know how to use them. Okay, so this is how it's coming out, and just put them in environments where naturally, like he's just helping. He's just helping, and he understands the utility of it all. And bing, bang, boom. Okay, I'm glad. I hope that helped. I'm glad, glad, glad. All right. And then, oh, hey, Jade. What's up, Jade? I love that. Understanding the nervous system is so important for the young kids that we do emotional regulation. Yeah, it is. And we all need different forms of emotional regulation. There's some kids that they have so much love to give and they don't know how to give it. And there's some that are so curious and just want to learn and they don't know how to assert themselves. And I really feel like the nervous system regulation, some of it is getting calm and quiet and not overwhelmed, and some of it is activating what naturally balances the system, because people are restless, children are restless because they need a proper outlet, and you need the energy output to rest at night as well. So it's like, how do we, go full throttle, but it's super meaningful and purposeful, and then how do we rest? And how do we make sure we're not overwhelmed? Um, you know, I actually think like humans in general, like all adults, we're just a form, we're just like a certain stage of a child. We're all just grown up children. So these things can apply to adults. A lot of times we didn't get our needs met when we were kids. So uh, when you see an advice for a child or what's good for a child, it might apply to you. It might not. It might not. You might not have needed that exactly. But usually some of that advice will be like, oh, good reminder, right? You might not need that 100%, but applies in some way. It's fascinating. Um, he loves helping others and animals. Well, perfect. Oh my gosh. Yes. Volunteer, volunteer. And oh my God, the animals need so much help. Oh my God. Oh my God. In the best way. You'll love it. I know I love it. I wish I had time to volunteer with animals. I did it on and off, not, and I wanted to go more, and I was just like, okay, well, I'll always help animals, but we all gotta find how it fits in our life. But some people are made for it. Oh my goodness. They're okay. Thank you, Kendra. Thank you. I send you all my love. Jade, my daughter is this way. I love all the hearts and smiles. Janelle, thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Janelle. All right, let's do one more quick one. Thank you, everybody, for being with me who has been here earlier and popping on in. Thank you so much. So I'm going to do Jade for a moment. And Jade, do you have a question or do you want a general? I'm just going to give you a moment. You might have popped in and you might have popped out. So I just have to ask Jade, are you with us? Okay, general. Okay. So something that comes up is we have a lot of attitude ones in the house. So, thank you. Yes. So with being an attitude one, it's important that you don't have to take advice right away, but to put it in your back pocket. Okay? Because ultimately, you're going to make the decision. Ultimately, it's going to pique your interest. You're going to come back to it, but it's important to keep some things in your back pocket, or write it down, and you can throw it out later if you'd be like, hey, I guess this isn't relevant. But it's important to know that there's actually a lot of help coming in for you, from the spirit world, from family and some friends. And sometimes you're just like, I'm overwhelmed right now. I can only take so much, even though you're very, very appreciative of it. So if you can understand this, thank you. So it's important to kind of write down or journal some things you remember and save their help for a rainy day when you need it. And don't forget that it was offered or it's an option. So you can like go, okay, I know I can go to this person, or and it doesn't feel like you're overextending yourself or you're asking for too much or for you to even feel guilty. It's like some of these people wanted to do this. Some of these people were willing to do this, and they would light up and be delighted that you remembered that what they had to say was so important and so connected to what you needed or who you are. They would light up if you would ask, even if it was a month ago, even if it was 2 months ago, even if it was 3 months ago. Okay. I feel like this is important for me to share with you and tell you. Okay. Also, I feel like you've been looking to birds for signs. Continue to do that. There's going to be certain birds that surface that are going to be your animal totems. And also insects, if you can understand this. I don't know if it's like a praying mantis like a reference, but there's also an insect that's been surfacing itself that's been validating how you feel and validating your connection with spirit. Can you understand this with like the mantis connection? There's something about that. So I got a piece of it. Just let me know if you can understand. You're saying, yes, I need journal more. Yes, this is helpful. Yes. And you're saying, beautiful. Yes, I love them. My mom sends stick bugs. Oh, so they're kind of like that. Thank you. It looked, I wasn't sure. That would make sense. Okay, I wasn't sure what it was. Okay, stick bugs. Beautiful. So the spirit world is working with you that way. Please know it. And then I want to say hi to Lynn coming on in really quick. Lynn. Oh boy, that's right, Lynn, the numerology show. I love Lynn. She just debuted her show, Kaleidoscope of the Soul, earlier. Today it was fantastic. I want to give her a shout out and give her some love. Okay, so with your general Jade, let me just go back up. All right. Okay. So what I want to say additionally is you were born on a 2-day. So that's the 29th is a 2-day. 2 plus 9 is 11 reduced to 2. Okay. If you're wondering how I went there. In the 2-day, there's a softness and sensitivity that you make anyone feel when they're in your presence. And so it's great. It's like there's a natural kind of sweetness to being kind of a woman with it. So on one hand, it's nice. I could get into it. But on another hand, it also makes people think that they can tell you what to do. And I kind of already addressed that. Sure, you like to do things in your own way, at your own time, at your own pace, but this is people who don't know you too. So it's important to, when people first meet you, like really assert who you are, and they will understand like, oh, okay, she's well-rounded, or like, wow, there's this part of her, like, and they will acknowledge and respect the self that you surface to them. Okay, and I think that's important. I think it's like the reminder, don't it's imperative to share a certain degree of yourself to showcase who you are, to get a certain response out of people sometimes when needed, because that too creates such a feminine softness vibration. You want to make sure that you go, I know who I am. Hi. If you're like me, or if you like what I am about, then come on over. Let's keep talking. Okay. So it helps with awkward situations that can manifest with people trying to help too much, if that makes sense. Let's see, what else do I want to say? So, oh, and the final thing I want to say really is you have a life path 5. So it's important that you, as you are going throughout your life, traveling and exploring, traveling, anyone with 5 placements, anyone, especially life path and attitude number or soul number. We didn't get into that today, or personality number or power number. Not so much the personal day number, but anyone with 5 placements usually. Um, in order to feel alive, you have to travel. It could be down the road, but the traveling means you're experiencing different people, different cultures. Could be different food, different vistas. So the mountains, the ocean. It could be cornfields where you live, rows and rows and rows of the same. You're gonna go to a different area of the cornfields and just see what the heck is there, because the coyotes might be in one patch, the rabbits might be in the other. It's a metaphor for saying you have to go out and explore and to dive into the unexpected. And in order to do that, you can't just go, well, I know what's over there. You go, no, let's see what's over there. And it gives your life a lot of meaning and purpose, the unpredictability, um, um, the journey unknown. That's what makes life exciting. So it's very important to get out and about. It will heal your soul. It will heal your soul. Thank you, Jennifer. You're saying that makes sense. I'm usually quiet where I meet people, and you're saying you understand what I'm saying. Thank you. And then you're saying, I'm not good at that. Yeah, I can feel some of that. I'm so scared to travel, but I will take your advice. Kids want to go to Hawaii this year. I need to explore. Yes, so it's a soul calling truly. And really you can that comes from a place. So our life path sometimes is about our lessons. So your life path 5. So it means your soul wants this, but your soul is learning about how to have this. But there's been multiple things within your life where you've been forced to move. Maybe when you haven't chosen to move, you've had to relocate or you've had to change jobs, right? Something has had to change where or someone has asked you for help where you had to kind of take on a role. So throughout your life, your life has changed actually a lot for someone who doesn't foremost want change necessarily, if you can understand this. So your whole life has been leading you to get outside the box. Hawaii would be very, very good for you. It would be. You are I would say next year would be great. Oh, you're saying this year. Next year would be great too because you're in a very self care healing year, so that would give you restoration. This year is good too. If you're like I want to try something new, it's actually great too as well. And then let's see. Let me just say something really quick. I want to say something with that. So you're in a 1, and okay. April would have been a great time. So this could have been really kicked up in April again, like this soul discovery and like maybe we should do Hawaii, maybe we should go somewhere. So that was definitely kicked up again. You can understand even March, like mid-March, definitely into April, it was talked about. And then yeah, okay. So I'm just doing some math here. Um August August has a nice ring to it. It's a family month. It's a healing month. And you're saying, yes, I moved in April. Okay, that would make sense because you have a travel or moving number. Okay. Um, but I would look at August for the travel. That might not be a slam dunk date, but it actually would fulfill itself because it's about family and healing. You would have a restored energy where things are not as chaotic going into September. And September, October, November, and then December too as well. Actually, December, there's something kind of lovely about December and November. I'm going to say November, maybe into December, but November for the Hawaii day. I'm going to go more to November, excuse me. So there's something about that. I just want you to sit with those dates, but whether it's Hawaii or again, something 20 minutes down the road, there has to be some type of soul fulfillment. There has to be some type of soul fulfillment because people with life path 5, in order to get their soul fulfillment, they change careers. They change careers and they find themselves in places they would have never expected, or they're changing what they're used to doing within their life and they change actually their persona and they come into these different parts of themselves with what normally they'd be like, no way I'm going to do that. Now they're doing all these things. So it's very good for you to defy the odds. It's actually very natural and good for you to defy the odds and rebel the odds. The more and more that you come into yourself, um, it's good to surprise yourself. Lots of healing is within that. So I want to put it out there. Michael Christopher. Hey, Michael Christopher. Hey, it's great to see you. It's always great to see Michael. Hello. Given a little numerology magic, I felt like why not, right? Why not? Let me see. You said we plan to go in June and July. The Hawaii trip is supposed to happen in December. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So I'm gauging the timeline. I should have trusted it a little bit more, but I'm gauging the timeline. And you plan to go home. Okay. And then there's something about August though. So if that is late July or into August, that planning home, look out for that. Okay, because you have more family numbers around that time. So there's something about that. If not that, there will be something other than rectified with family. Focus on family. Um, and during those times, make sure you're self healing, um, rather than getting lost in family. That's very important. So continue to find yourself, continue to journey with yourself. It's so, so important within spiritual growth and understanding that it's not like this is not all about like in unity we lose ourselves. In spirituality, we let ourselves go to spirit and we surrender. Sure, that's part of it. That's when the faith and the humbleness comes out. That's when the belief comes out. But they need us to have a healthy and strong vessel, and they need us to have healthy energy, and all that is about taking care of ourselves and how we manage our energy as a teacher for those around us too. So, and I feel like mom from the spirit world is coming on in, and she wants to kiss you on the cheek, and she's giving you love, and it's just like from the love of a mom and from the love of yourself, like so much healing. There's so much healing. So apply that goodness and get strong. And life is going to, I just see angel wings, like not only blossom, but wing open for you. And so there's a whole different phase coming in your life. Just keep healing. Okay. So this is what I'm feeling from my heart, and I connect. And mom keeps saying, I'm with you. I'm with you. You are not alone. I'm with you. She gives you another kiss on the cheek. She is proud of you. She loves you. She's sending you all this pink light. So, pink's really important for you to know. But she's sending you all this pink light and this just love and hearts. So, I want to say that there's also a birthday coming up. Mom's talking about within the family. She's like, either I think I was there. She's referencing I was there and I'll be there. So did one just happen and is one coming up? But there's a reference. I'm not getting it exactly. I'm getting a piece. I'll be really honest when I got a piece of something, not a whole. But she's referencing a birthday that either just recently happened or is going to happen. Okay. There's a May reference. Okay. And so she's saying, Happy birthday. I love you. I don't know who it's for. And then you're saying, Thank you. Sel has one next week. Okay. All right. It's something attached to close to now. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. There was also, can you understand how there's a May reference where the family got together though? There's a May reference where the family got together. There's a reference too. She's talking about how she was there. It might not have been a big traditional gathering, but the family did something in May and they thought of her. They were talking about her. She was there for that too. There's a reference to that, and I feel like it's outdoors. We were outdoors. I want to give a love to that. But she's saying happy birthday to the upcoming birthday. Thank you for understanding. And she's with you. She's with you. And she talks about French fries. I don't know what that means. I don't know. She's talking about French fries. She's like, I'm with you, French fries. Someone just eat some French fries recently? I don't know. Sometimes they give me funny stuff too. They're like, don't. They're like, don't overthink this. We're around you when you're eating, when you're going for walks, when you're watching something silly. And they're saying her baby great granddaughter, baby granddaughter, she loves her so much. We went to Julian, and it was probably Mother's Day and Sky's birthday. Yeah, Mother's Day is gathering. And you have another birthday in May. Thank you for validating the prior and then the upcoming. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. French fries, French fries. I can't forget that, but she's giving that sign to you as well. And she loves French fries and ketchup. Interesting. Um, I'm going to say thank you. And Jade, we ate a lot of French fries. My dog had too many. Oh no. No. Okay. So I don't want to acknowledge we love animals, and I'm giving love to your fur baby. We do not want any of that. And we want healing. And my God, I'm sending so much love to your fur baby. but she's acknowledging the love for French fries and she was around with a memory attached to this. So I'm giving you love to your fur baby. Oh my goodness. Hang in there, Jade. Hang in there, fur baby. And your mom has stepped back, but she's again giving you so much love. So um, much love to you from me as well, Jade. Thank you so much. And thank God your puppy's okay now. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. But yes, life is crazy. It really is. Um, Everybody, thank you so much for coming on in. Shout out to Lynn, Michael Christopher, Jade. Oh my goodness, Janelle, Jennifer, everyone who's read for Psycho Chick, and yoga. Oh my gosh, Evelyn, Kendra, everybody in the comments and that we read for today, as well as everybody, Julia too as well. Thank you, Julia. All the people that we didn't get to, I want to say thank you for stopping on in. Vanessa, Lisa Marie, Nancy, hello. Sending love to my girl, Nancy. Jennifer Rose, sending love to my girl, Jennifer Rose. Mort, hello. Arlene, oh my gosh, hello. I'm sending you love, Arlene. I didn't see your comment before, but I'm sending you so much love. James, Sylvie, Leanne. Leanne, I want to say thank you. I read for you earlier too today. Kim Princess, Tina, and everyone else, Catherine, Betty, just Kim. I could keep going, Rhonda. I want to acknowledge everybody who stopped in. It was an impromptu live. I will see you hopefully. Well, I will see you next week. It's not hopefully. I will see you next week. I have Minty May on the Psychic Hour. And so he is a psychic medium and tarot reader. So we will be getting down into talking about all things energy, and I'll definitely have him on to pull some cards too as well. And whatever he wants to do reading wise. Thank you. I will see everybody very soon. Until then, go with love, light, and luck. And don't forget to live. And also, Jennifer has a broadcast tomorrow with, oh my gosh, Colin Walker. They're going to be talking to as well. So we have more stuff. Bye, everybody. Thank you.